welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be one that I have been anticipating to film, and I'm sure you guys have been waiting for a long time as well. As you can tell by the title, today's video is going to be my makeup collection. Finally, we are doing this video and I cannot be more excited. And the other day I was just like, you know what, let's just film it. Like, I'm done waiting. I just uploaded a whole makeup organization video on my channel, so I thought this would be the perfect time to finally sit down and show you guys the full setup, the organization, my collection, and everything like that, since I've never really done that here on my channel. This video has been requested by you guys in the past, so I'm so excited to finally bring it out to you guys. I feel like I do have to give the official disclaimer. So I started my makeup collection about three and a half years ago when I started my channel, and I will say that without my channel I don't think my makeup would have reached anywhere near this point. I really do have all these products for reviewing and for the purpose of my channel. Now, I do keep a lot of this stuff, you know, to reference in my videos and stuff. Without my channel I wouldn't have this much makeup, and I don't think anyone needs this much makeup ever. This is just for my hobby, my YouTube purpose, and everything like that. I had to give that disclaimer out there, but without further ado, let's get right onto the collection because I'm so excited to finally show you guys. So when you walk into the room, this is kind of what you see. I have this kind of setup right here. I have my Alex drawer, my desk, and then another Alex unit here, and then I put my chair right there when I film, and I film against that window over there. So I'm just gonna start right on top of my Alex 9 drawer. I have a frame right here that says, "Today I feel cute, fabulous, a queen," and I made this years ago and I think it's so cute, so that's why I keep it. I also have some knockoff like artiste brushes right here that I recently reviewed, so I'm just keeping them out here on display because I think the gold is really pretty. Over here I have this organizer. It's like an envelope organizer. I got this at Staples. And right here I keep some palettes. So I have my Too Faced chocolate bar palette, as well as my Too Faced sweet peach palette. I just think these palettes are so cute, so I like to have them on display. Then in this second compartment, I keep some bigger palettes. So I have my BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette. And then I have my Morphe 35B palette, another colorful one that I, you know, like to keep up here since they are bigger. And then a Coastal Scents palette as well. And then in this last compartment, I keep these two palettes from Bad Habit. This is the Aphrodite, and then this is the Athena palette. And these are basically dupes for the Huda Beauty palettes. So I'm still testing these out, and I like to keep them up here since the mirrors in these are really good. So I like to kind of grab one when I'm doing my makeup and I need a bigger mirror. Alright, so over here I keep some Sephora mirrors. These are like some of my favorite mirrors to use when I'm doing my makeup, so I just keep them on the side here so I can reach them. In this compartment right here I keep brow stuff, so I have some Cella, some Kat Von D, Wet n Wild, some like Morphe spoolies, some eyebrow gels, some Wet n Wild, Ardell, L'Oreal, got this Rimmel brow pomade, an eyelash curler, so just a bunch of tools and stuff in here that I use for my brows and lashes. And then I have a new brow product that I haven't tested out from Maybelline, and also this Benefit brow powder like sample thing that I just keep over on the side here. And then over here I keep some mascaras. I have Maybelline, L'Oreal, Wet n Wild, Rimmel, a bunch of Lash Paradises, as you can see down there, more Maybelline, more Wet n Wild, just a bunch of different brands of mascaras in there. And then on the side here I keep unopened or unused mascaras. So then over here I have eyeliners. I have e.l.f., Rimmel, Maybelline, Avon, just a bunch of different pencil eyeliners. And then everything else is lashes in here, so I have some Baddington, Ardell Wispies, Ardell Glamours, just a bunch of those since I always use them. I've got some Eyelure lashes back here, some more Ardell, and then back here I have smaller packets of lashes, so I have a bunch of Ardell, and then I also have some individual lashes from Ardell, so just a bunch of, you know, random lashes and stuff that I keep back there. That is the first drawer. Then in the second drawer, I keep all of my foundations. So I have a Wet n Wild Photo Focus, the Kiko HD foundation. I have a bunch of these Revlon ones, depending if I have a tan or I am at my palest. And I used to love this foundation, so that's why I have so many of them. I have the CoverGirl Luminous foundation in the back right here. I have L'Oreal Pro Matte, Pro Glow. I have a Wet n Wild Cover All, some BB creams from LA Girl, and then some Rimmel foundations as well. I have my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, and also my Fit Me Hydrated and Smooth. Some Milani foundations, this Essence one, L'Oreal Lumi, Maybelline 24 Hour, the Healthy Foundation from Physicians Formula. I have some stick foundations over here, some NYC, Makeup Revolution, L'Oreal, and then of course my Holy Grail Makeup Forever HD foundation. I have this little cushion foundation from Wet n Wild, which I've literally been loving. This is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation. I've got some Neutrogena Healthy Skin. And then last but not least, I have this Manic Panic Dream Tone white foundation. This is literally one of the best products I've ever purchased, just because I mix this in with any of my foundations that are too dark for me, and then I can use them all year round, which is awesome. So that is my foundation drawer. Next drawer I have right here is for concealers, powders, and color correctors. So in here I've got some Makeup Revolution, Rimmel Matte Perfection, LA Girl, a bunch. You'll see a bunch of these Maybelline Fit Me concealers. I'm obsessed with this concealer, all-time favorite. So I go through these like water, and I have a bunch of them. I've got more Maybelline. This is the Better Skin. I've got some Wet n Wild Photo Focus, more Wet n Wild concealers, some Catrice. This is also an amazing one. A Garnier concealer. I have my Milani Retouch and Erase concealer, which is amazing. Some Mariposa over here, and of course more Fit Me concealers. And then over here I have some powders. So I have loose and compact powders in here. I have the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Powder. I have L'Oreal Infallible, NYC Smooth Skin, Rimmel Matte Perfection, this Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder, which I've been obsessed with. I have two Coty Airspun extra coverage translucent powders. I have the one I'm using and then a backup of it. And then over here I have some pressed powders. These are from Wet n Wild. I have Catrice and Rimmel. And then of course the Fit Me Hydrate and Smooth powder. And then for color correctors in the back, I have this LA Girl Pro Concealer in the green shade. I have a NYX color correcting palette, this Wet n Wild color correcting cushion, and as well as my Holy Grail Bella Pure cream color correcting palettes. So that is it for this drawer as well. Alright, so now for this drawer right here, it houses a bunch of my smaller eyeshadow palettes. So I've got W7, I have these Milani Essential Eyeshadow Palette, these ones right here, and then I have the new Milani palettes also. I have this Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. This is the original Comfort Zone. I still keep it around more as a collector's item because this was a very, very popular item a few years ago. And then I also have this Studio Makeup On The Go eyeshadow palette, which is actually really pretty. Over here, I have a bunch of e.l.f. palettes. So I have the Mad for Matte palette, the original one. This is one of my favorite palettes of all time. I have the Mad for Matte Summer Breeze palette, which is more warm. And then, of course, I also have the Mad for Matte Holy Smokes palette. So I love these palettes from e.l.f. And then I also have some other e.l.f. palettes. I have the two Prism palettes as well as the Everyday Smoky palette. And then I have this Hard Candy palette, which I never use anymore. I just keep it because it was one of my very first makeup items. I have this new Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette. And then I have some Maybelline. This is the new L'Oreal Peach Scented palette, which I've been trying out. And then I have this Mary Kay palette here. I have two palettes that were in the back there. This is the Hard Candy Smoky Eyes palette, as well as this other Mary Kay palette. And then on the side here, I keep smaller eyeshadow palettes. So I have a Huda Beauty one. I have these three little Lancome trios and quads. I have some LA Colors palettes, e.l.f., this Essence one. I also have a Maybelline City Mini palette, this Annabelle quad, and then a bunch of these Wet n Wild smaller palettes right here. And then in this drawer right here, I keep bigger eyeshadow palettes. So I have this Wet n Wild Au Naturel palette, another Wet n Wild palette. I've got the Rimmel Magnifies eyeshadow palette. Of course, I've got my Naked palette from Urban Decay. And then I have this Pure Cosmetics Buff Collection palette. I have a bunch of palettes also here from Bad Habit. This is the Retro Love palette. We all know what this looks like. I also have the Inferno palette, which is a really pretty warm tone palette. And then the Aurora palette, which is probably my favorite out of all of them. It is so gorgeous. Next, I have some Anastasia palettes. I have the brand new Norvina palette, which I haven't even tried yet, but this is what this looks like right here. I'm so excited about this palette. And then, of course, my Subculture palette, which is a very, very unique palette in my collection. I've got these Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palettes. These are actually great quality for the price, so I love having these here. I have my Morphe X Kathleen Lights palette. This was a limited edition product. I still use it off camera, and I absolutely love this. I wish this was still available because this is such an amazing palette, and you can see it's well loved by me. And then the last one in this row is the Crown Fugo palette. In the back there, I have these hard candy palettes. I have the matte one and then this shimmery pink burgundy one. And then all these palettes over here are the Mariposa palettes. I got these from the dollar store when I did like a dollar store series here on my channel. So there's the eyeshadow drawer. All right, so the next drawer down here is my highlight drawer. This is probably my favorite drawer out of my whole collection. So over here on the sides, I keep like these highlighting palettes. I have my Anastasia Sun Dipped Glow Kit. I have these two palettes from Face Candy, the Unicorn Glow and the Mermaid Glow. I have my Anastasia Aurora palette, Makeup Revolution. This one is from Vintage. I have my Sleek Solstice palette, which is a cult favorite, as well as this Essence Light Up Your Face Trio. Then over here I have a L'Oreal Shimmerista. And then I keep compact highlighters in these little like containers. I actually use these containers to organize a lot of my makeup, and most of the containers I have are, to be honest, from Ferrero chocolate boxes. I just think those boxes, since they're clear, they're great for organizing makeup once you're done with the chocolate. So in here I have a Physicians Formula, another Vintage highlighter. I have 3 Wet n Wild highlighters right here, another Wet n Wild Gold Bar highlighter. I have my Essence Pure Nude highlighter, and then in the front here I have a mini sample size of Becca Opal, and then a highlighter from my Looking Glass Cosmetics. In the front, I keep my Anastasia Amrezy highlighter because I use this all the time. I need it front and center. And of course, my Milani highlighter because, again, I use this one a lot. Moving on to these containers, I keep my Physicians Formula Shimmer Bricks. I use these two all the time and I think they're amazing. And then I have a bunch of these e.l.f. baked highlighters. I also have some baked like blushes, but I use these more as highlighters, so I just keep them in here. And then on the side, I have my Laura Gettler Gilded Honey highlighter. In the front over here, I have these Maybelline Master Chrome highlighters, which I absolutely am obsessed with. I have a Hard Candy Baked highlighter and also another Maybelline. This is the holographic highlighter. In the back, I have a bunch of liquid highlighters. So I have some L'Oreal. I also have these e.l.f. Facial whips, which are great. I have these L'Oreal Lumi Glotions, some Maybelline Master Holographic Liquid, L'Oreal Magic Lumi. I've got some e.l.f. products over here. These are from Wet n Wild. They're the Hello Halo liquid highlighters. And then in the back there, I have some stick highlighters, some from Essence, Wet n Wild, Smashbox. I have a ColourPop cream highlighter, and then back there is also a Wet n Wild cushion highlighter. And then on the side here, I keep bigger compacts that don't fit in these containers. I have these Wet n Wild, like, these are, you know, old school highlighters, but I still keep them around because they're statements. Again, have the Wet n Wild Color Icon Reverse Your Cabana highlighter. This used to be a cult favorite as well. And then this Wet n Wild Illuminating Palette. Next drawer is my lip drawer. As you can see, very, very packed in here. So on the side here, I have my Maybelline lipsticks. In the front here, I have the Maybelline matte lipsticks. I'm absolutely obsessed with these. Definitely my favorite formula from Maybelline by far. I also, in the middle here, I have some from their Vivids collection. As you can see, these bright colors. And then in this corner right here, I have my Maybelline Intimatte nude lipsticks, so I use these a lot as well. And then on the side, I have all of my Wet n Wild Mega Glow lipsticks. These are amazing, and they just fit perfectly in this organizer. So in this next container right here, this is actually an iPhone box, and these iPhone boxes house lipsticks so perfectly. I have just random lipsticks that I don't have like full collections of. I have these two Maybelline, these are from their new line. This is like from their Metallics line, and this is from their Bolds collection. It's just a white one, so I don't use these much, so I keep them in here. I have also all these ones with the stickers are Essence. I have some Rimmel, NYX, MAC, Mary Kay. What else? I have some Revlon, NYC, Buxom, Smashbox, L'Oreal, e.l.f. Lippy Stick, NYC. I have these NARS Lippy Sticks, some Tarte, and my Looking Glass. So just a bunch of random lipsticks in here. And then in this container, again, this is one of those clear plastic Furrow box containers. I keep liquid lipsticks. So I've got, you know, these L'Oreal Infallible Paints. I have a bunch of these Wet n Wild liquid lipsticks that I love. I have some NYX Lingerie, some Maybelline Superstay that I don't use as often because these are kind of like funky colors. More L'Oreal. I have Ofra, NYC, Revlon. I have some Stila right here. What else? Some Essence. Of course, I have these ColourPop liquid lipsticks and some Tattoo Junkies. So just a bunch of liquid lipsticks in here as well. In this little container, I have some lip liners, which again, I don't have like full collections of. I have in here some Jordana, NYX, Annabelle, a bunch of these Essence lip liners. So just a bunch of different lip liners in this container. Over here, I keep lip glosses. These ones right here are all from Mariposa. I have a bunch of Rimmel, Essence, more Rimmel, more Essence. I have some LA Girl, some L'Oreal, some Wet n Wild. So a bunch of different lip glosses. And then in the back, I have all of my Mariposa liquid lipsticks, which again, I got these when I did my dollar store videos, and I have the full collection here. And then in this container back here, I keep some tinted lip balms from L'Oreal. So that is it for this lip drawer. In the next drawer, I honestly just keep skincare. So I have a bunch of different things in here. I have moisturizers, serums, face washes, stuff I haven't opened yet, makeup wipes, oils. So just a bunch of different stuff. I'm not going to go into detail into this drawer, but I do keep skincare in this drawer right here. And then in the last drawer, it's kind of random. I keep some special effects makeup in here that I don't use that much, so that's why I keep it at the very, very bottom. Moving down the desk, I keep this little organizer right here, and this is also from Staples. I have my absolute favorite palettes right here that I reach for all the time, so I just like to keep them out on my desk. I have my Lorac Pro palette, which I use all the time, so it has to sit out here. I have my Anastasia Modern Renaissance as well as my Soft Glam palettes. These are my two favorites from Anastasia, so of course I had to keep them up here. I have this Alamar Cosmetics palette that I've been playing around with, and I really love the bright shades for summer, so I've actually been using it a lot. I also have the ColourPop Yes Please palette. I recently tried this out in a first impressions video, and I fell in love with it, so I decided to keep it out on my vanity. Another favorite of mine is my Sonia Kashuk All About Mattes palette, and this one is freaking amazing. I highly recommend this to any of you who are looking for a matte palette. And then last but not least, I'm keeping my Milani Gilded Desires eyeshadow palette up here as well. In this drawer right here though, I keep brushes that are clean. So I have a bunch of different brushes in here. I have Real Techniques, a lot of e.l.f., Morphe, so a bunch of different brands that are in here. I have makeup sponges and these little silicone things I tested out a while ago, some loofahs, and then here are some double-ended eyeshadow brushes that I like to keep lying down. And this little thing just goes on top of my desk. It's separate from the desk, and you can also get this on IKEA. It has two drawers, and you just place it right on top of your desk, and it's very, very helpful. On top of here, I keep a bunch of lip products on my vanity, so anything that's not up here goes in the lip drawer that I showed you guys earlier. So in here, I keep my Milani Metallic Amore liquid lipsticks. I have my Maybelline Superstay Matte Inks right here, and I also have my Milani Amore matte liquid lipsticks in this container. These two are from the dollar store, and this is just a glass jar that I'm not sure where I got. Back here, I have another lipstick organizer. I have up in the first two rows my Essence matte lipsticks. One's missing because it's probably in a purse somewhere. And then down here, I have some Maybelline Bold lipsticks. And this little organizer I actually 3D printed myself, so you can't purchase this. It's a custom made. I designed this thing myself and 3D printed it, so you can't buy it anywhere, but I do use it for my makeup. This I used to put sponges and stuff in. You can definitely use it for that, but that's why that's there. And then in here I keep lip liners. I have these Maybelline pencil lip liners. I have Wet n Wild retractable lip liners. I also have Maybelline retractable lip liners, and then the Wet n Wild pencil lip liners in there. Over here I have all of my Milani lipsticks. These are like my favorite things to display. In the back I have all of these regular color statement lipsticks with a few over here, and then starting from here all the way to the end I have the matte ones. So I like to have them all here in you know, numbered order, and I love looking at them. I think they look perfect in front of the mirror. And then this little thing that I keep the lipsticks on is also a shelf from IKEA. I just put it on top of the desk rather than hanging it up. Over here I have my Rimmel lip liners. This is a mix of the pencil lip liners as well as the retractable ones. I have them in this little mug. I'm not sure where the mug is. Also, I got it as a gift, and I have this little tiara in here that I think is really cute. But I keep these lip liners on display because I love them and I do use them a lot. Over here I have some lip liners. So the gold ones are Milani, and then the ones in boxes are new from Wet n Wild that I haven't yet tried out. So as you can see, most of everything on display on my vanity are lip products, so this is what I use all the time, and this is what I love to display. And then in this drawer I just keep like jewelry and stuff, so there's no makeup in there. Alright, so let's move on to the 5 Alex drawer. In the first drawer I just keep like school supplies and stuff, so I'm not going to show you that. But in the second drawer is where I keep single eyeshadows and eyeliners. So in the back I have eyeshadow primers. I have some Milani, Wet n Wild, Lorac, Ben Nye, and then these are some liquid shadows from my Looking Glass. These ones right here are the Essence Metal Shock. I also have an e.l.f. one, a Milani liquid eyeshadow, and then here I keep all my single eyeshadows: e.l.f., Essence, Rimmel, Milani, L'Oreal, Hard Candy, Maybelline. I have this NYX glitter, so just a bunch of different brands here. I have gel eyeliners here, so I have e.l.f. and then Maybelline. I have these Wet n Wild cream glitters, some ColourPop. These are e.l.f. Shadow Pots, and then a Maybelline color tattoo right here. This is like a little eyeliner pen right here, and then in this little container I keep a bunch of liquid liners. So I have L'Oreal, Wet n Wild, some NYX, I also have Maybelline, so just a bunch of different brands in there. And then I keep some larger shadow sticks here, so I have Rimmel and NYX over here. Then in this drawer down here, I keep blushes and bronzers. So for blushes, I have all of my Milani baked blushes here that I absolutely am obsessed with. I have some Tarte, some Note. I have all of my Essence blushes right here. I have some Topshop, LA Colors, e.l.f., and then some Wet n Wild blushes in the back. And then on the side, I have a Makeup Geek blush pan. And then in the front I have the Milani rose blushes. I have this Wet n Wild blush stick, and then this is a L'Oreal blush right here. I have contour products in the back, so I have a Makeup Revolution one, NYX. These are some Wet n Wild contour palettes. I have the e.l.f. powder and cream contour palettes. I have this Rimmel contour stick, some Josie Maran bronzing argan oil, Wet n Wild contour sticks, Cover FX. This is the Sunkissed custom drops, so I use this as a bronzer. Then I have my all-time favorite bronzer right here, and I keep it out here so I can reach for it very easily. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, Wet n Wild Cushion, e.l.f., Sonia Kashuk Cream, Rimmel, more Physicians Formula, NYC. This one right here is Model Co., Pure Cosmetics, some more NYC, Wet n Wild. These ones right here on the side are like e.l.f. bronzer and blush palettes, so it's good that I put bronzers and blushes together since I can keep these palettes here. And then I just have one random one from Mariposa over here. So that's kind of it for this drawer right here. drawer I keep setting sprays and primers. So for setting sprays, I have Morphe, Milani, L'Oreal, Rimmel, Mario Badescu, this Essence one, some Makeup Forever. I have my MAC Fix Plus under there, some Wet n Wild and Catrice. And then all my primers are back here. So I have e.l.f., L'Oreal, Milani, some Wet n Wild, also some Wet n Wild over here, Maybelline Smashbox. I've got this Milani stick one, the Makeup Forever Step 1 hydrating primer, Hard Candy, Rimmel, so just a bunch of different primers. And then over here I keep ones that don't really fit in this container. I have this Catrice little primer pot. I have this Xoxo primer and SPF in one. I have a little sample of a primer right here. And then of course my Nivea Men Sensitive Skin post-shave balm that I use to prime my skin sometimes. And then in this last drawer right here, I have a bunch of random stuff. So I keep new sponges over here. I have new makeup or makeup backups or makeup that was sent to me that I haven't yet tried. I have empties over here whenever I film my empties videos. Have some backup skincare, some makeup bags, and some makeup samples over here. So this is a drawer of a bunch of random stuff that I haven't yet gotten to, so I just kind of stick it in here and then organize it later. So that's what this drawer looks like, and that's why it's the last drawer, because I never really reach for it unless I'm grabbing a backup or something like that. And then the last portion of my makeup setup is this little table right here where I sit to film. I have my tripod right there. So in this little jar, I keep brushes, face brushes that I'm using or that need to be cleaned. And then in this one over here, I keep eye brushes. I have this mirror right here which lights up if I need it, and then I also keep one on my window right here because I love using the natural light. I have this little container on this little glass table where I keep my everyday essentials. So I have some makeup sponges, this kabuki brush. I have some skincare oils that I always mix into foundations or mix into my moisturizers. I have some lip balms, some lash glue, of course, my NYX micro brow pencils. I use these all the time. Some L'Oreal brow gel. I have, of course, my L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. This is my favorite mascara, so I have to have it front and center. And then, of course, my all-time favorite liquid liner, which is the NYC liquid liner. So here's a final overview of my makeup collection and how everything looks set up. I absolutely love this space, and I love how my makeup collection looks, and I'm very happy with my setup. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and taking a look at my whole collection and kind of seeing my setup and the makeup I own. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, of course. But anyways, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.